Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Welcome to the second law from 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Law of influence. A leader's ability lies in motivating people to participate in a common pursuit. And that demands influence. And it's even more demanding, especially if the leader don't have any control over the people involved. Especially you talk about voluntary organizations. We talk about influence. Generally, there are 5 myths that comes as a hindrance in our understanding of influence. The first myth is called management myth. The management is all about putting systems and practices, and that will take care of everything. Yes, of course. But it's the people who are actually putting the systems and practices, people who are actually executing, and they matter. Unless you have influence over them, the systems and practices are not really going to give you any greater result. The second myth is entrepreneur myth. Now, entrepreneurs can come out with wonderful ideas. They can find an opportunity out of nowhere. But if they lack leadership ability and they couldn't execute it properly, they're going to lose the influence on the team. People may get influenced by their idea, but their lack of execution will drive away people from them. The third myth is knowledge myth. Your knowledge can gain you some influence, but that alone cannot give you the result you wanted if you lack leadership ability in all the other areas. The next myth, the fourth myth, it's called pioneer myth. There are a lot of pioneers in a field. The moment you find a pioneer, they will have definitely influence in that particular industry, in that particular field. But that has got an expiry date. World has witnessed so many pioneers come and go away. If you're not actually developing yourself further and further as a pioneer, you will remain as a pioneer once in the past. The last myth, very important myth, is called position myth. People think that you will be able to get influence, exert influence over people if you have position. Not really. I have experienced it myself. In my early days, I was part of an NGO. I was in the working committee. And I realized the committee had all the powers, but the decisions had to be finally approved by one person who was not in the committee, who was an elderly gentleman who had done so much for the society, and everyone in that community respected him. Unless our decisions had a stamp of approval from him, we cannot execute it. Now, he was not having any position in the committee. So the power, the influence was with him, not with us. So position can get you some influence, but it is not the end of all. Influence is something that we have to gain by so many things that we do with people. Leadership is all about influence. Check what is your influence with your team, with your community, and what you have to do to improve your influence by improving your leadership abilities. That is law of influence. Thank you.